fool who wants to die. It's been a while.
Yo, it's KID Kid Broly.
What's that for? You think you can defeat me?
I'm doing a Vegito well, not a Vegito mission, but I'm doing a mission where I can get an ultimate finish if I beat it. Well, if I do the right conditions, I would tell you guys the win conditions, but yeah. What I'm gonna do. So, what you wanna do? I wanna recap on what Ron Style said about Super Saiyan. I don't think it's fair for you to spam, but on the same time, Potential Unleashed, I've used Gohan. I've fought people who use Gohan, and they can spam Potential Unleashed. Potential Unleashed does the same thing. Even though it powers you up, it still allows you to spam. That's the problem he's trying to tell you guys about, but he still hasn't studied Potential Unleashed. I don't have DLC, so I can't say, but if I've used Gohan and I've fought people who use Potential Unleashed before, so I know how Potential Unleashed is. Because Potential Unleashed you can still spam, but it's not as much as Super Saiyan because it runs out faster. But Super Saiyan 2, it runs out faster than Super Saiyan. It runs out than all other faster except for Super Vegeta 2. Super Vegeta 2, that one runs out the fastest. So if it runs out the fastest, then how are we to say that all of them don't spam? I'm not gonna. Cause see, Kaioken times 20. That's the example. You have unlimited stamina. So when you use Kaioken times 20, that means you get to do unlimited evasive moves. When you get to do unlimited evasive moves, it makes it harder on the person you're fighting, because if you're doing a lot of evasive moves, you won't be able to dodge cause see, Angry Shout, for example, that deals out damage and then that gives you ki. So if you keep spamming that with a melee player, cause I only have one melee character and the rest of them are balanced. Cause see, on my melee character, I messed him up. My first character, I don't want to delete him because I wasted all that time giving him level 90. I wasn't knowing what I was doing until I watched Punchings, Kagi, Rhyme Style, cause the builds they show you builds, so I can recreate my character the way I wanted to create him. Cause see, I was just so caught up into I could create my own character. He can be strong. I could custom create him. I could give him all the clothes I wanted. But then the stats came into play. Cause see, I was using the Ultimate Turtle Hermigi on Zane, which is a melee character. And since he's a melee character, the Ultimate Turtle Hermigi wouldn't work for him. You see, cause see, the Ultimate Turtle Hermigi is too. I wouldn't say rugged. I would say it doesn't. Cause see, Zane has 56 in Strike Supers. So if he has 56 in Strike Supers, then how are you to explain if that's gonna help at all? And let's take Vegito for instance. Even though the computer lets him not spam, because see, Vegito, he's a melee type. Because see, Spiritor, for example, that's a melee move, and most of his moves are melee attacks or snap finishes like instant transmission or after image strike. For the one I'm fighting, it's after image strike. Because this Vegito has 3 builds. It has the build I'm fighting, which is the Spiritor build, and then it has the other build. It has the other 2 builds with the Final Flash, Vegeta, Ki Blaster, and then Goku as a balance. Because see, Goku is a balanced type. So how am I to say that
You've got some pretty good moves then. You may actually be worth training.
Goku isn't balanced? And like, cause see, Goku, he's balanced, but he's not as well. Well, he's like he does Ki Blast and melee attacks. Cause how could he do Kamehameha if it wasn't a Ki Blast? And if it wasn't a Ki Blast, then how are we to say that Vegeta, Vegeta, he can be a melee character, but he like the way his body mass is, he's too not short, but like he's not Goku. He doesn't have Goku's body mass to the point where he can take a lot of hits. Cause see, if he used to take a lot of hits, then he would get pulverized. He'd die like a lot. That's why he does too. Cause see, the only way he can match up to Goku's body mass is if he what you call it? Is if he were to wear a lot of training clothes like Goku. Cause see, Goku, even though Vegeta he wears his training clothes, but his are light. Goku's aren't light. Goku's training clothes are real, like I would say, they're real heavy. If Goku's training clothes weren't that heavy, he'd be the same body mass as Vegeta, so he wouldn't be able to take all the hits he takes. Like, you could put Tien in, for instance. Tien, he takes more hits than... Well, Yamcha, he's the one who takes hits. It's just the rest of them. Like, Piccolo, he could take hits as well, but he doesn't take as many as the rest. Because, see, Piccolo, he knows his limits. Unlike the rest of the Z-Fighters, he knows his limits. He knows what he can do. He knows how far he can push himself. So that's what I mean by in Super, I don't think he would become a god. Perhaps because there was a such thing as a Super Namekian. Because what was that movie called? The movie was called something. It was called. It was called something. It was called It was called. Well, they were talking about the Super Namekian. Because the Super Namekian, it's so... The Super Namekian is so... The Super Namekian, it hasn't been used except for in that one movie. Because see, Super Namekian is like the hardest form. Because like... Because no other Namekians know about that other Namekian. Because his clothes are able in this. So when we go to the clothes selecting part, I'll show you guys how what I'm talking about. Cause see, how could he know all that by being a Namekian? Well, not being a Namekian, but not knowing how to do Super Namekian, where they grow big. Like, where they're like the size of giants. So, we're gonna figure that out today. Cause I forgot his name. He was like one of the strongest Namekians. Cause see, how could a Namekian be that strong? That's the problem. Alright, so once we see his clothes, you'll know who I'm talking about. Well, you won't know because like you can't see as well. Lord Slug. Yeah, Lord Slug. He was a Namekian. So how could Lord Slug achieve? We know Lord Slug. He was like alive back then, so he was able to achieve that form. So if he wasn't able to achieve that form, Piccolo would have been stronger than him. But Piccolo isn't stronger than him for one reason, because Piccolo can't reach Super Namekian. I'm not sure how he can reach Super Namekian, but he can't reach it. Super Namekian, like, is too high for him to reach. Well, not too high, but like, he's too, well, yeah, he's too weak. He doesn't even know what Super Namekian is. So if he knew what a Super Namekian was, then he'd be able to, you know,